Hello everyone and welcome to or welcome back to Tindalos Gaming and welcome to episode 3 of my playthrough of, here we go, Call of Cthulhu, Miskatonic Tales, Journey to Innsmouth. Well, without further ado, no mucking about today. Let's get across to the table to see what's going on. And here we are at the table. Now, for those that have been following the series, you'll notice slightly different setup. Things got a bit choked in the video, so I've had a bit of a rejig of the camera. And hopefully the lighting is a bit better because as I've been, building up the channel, I've been investing in bits of kit that make hopefully the experience of watching these a little bit better. And I've bought some, you can't see them, but they're either side, some diffusers for the lights. I was finding that playing board games, card games, etc., especially card games with the protectors, you get a lot of glare. And lighting is a key thing when it comes to recording stuff, because if your lighting ain't good, you can have the best cameras in the world and you don't get a very good picture. So I bought new lightings obviously a while ago. Now I've got some diffusers, just helps the glare a little bit. So hopefully that makes your viewing pleasure a little bit better. But enough of the technical stuff. Where are we and what the heck is going on? Well, if you haven't been watching this series, I would recommend you go back and watch episodes 1 and 2. Because it's a story-driven game, so we're part of the way through the story. Philip Harris and his cohort of Ezra, Irene and Elizabeth are investigating a cave network. And what we're trying to do is find some contraband, which is very, very elusive so far, and arrest people, all the people that have been involved in it. We sort of failed a little bit on that because we have already killed somebody. But they came at us, so what can we do? So we are about to start the turn 6 of this game, and because we've hit a particular point, I'll show you on the event board. We have hit 107 there, so we need to. It's got a red bit behind it with a number, so we need to read 107. And I've got to do that in just a second. But we are currently down in the caves. We've investigated some areas around here, come down a level. So these are the different levels. These are all connected. And Philip and the gang are currently in this room here, room 6, trying to see what's going on. Well, first things first, well, not first things first, because I've been whittling on for a few minutes, but we have caffeine, which is an obligatory thing to do when we're playing games. So we'll have a little swig. Lovely. So the start of round 6, we need to read 107. The game comes with a massive load of story. This is the book. This is the book for the first scenario. There's 3 scenarios. We're playing the Whispering Caves. So I'm going to read 107. It says, if any characters are present at location 12, 13, 14, 15 or 16, read 2309. We're not. We're at location 6. So we'll read this. Without warning, the ground shakes violently beneath your feet. You struggle to keep your balance, gripping onto each other. A low rumble rises from the depths, making the walls vibrate and debris fall from the ceiling. A cavernous and inhuman groan resonates, chilling your blood. Larger pieces of rock crash to the ground. Terror overwhelms you at the thought that the entire complex might collapse. All characters add a stress card to their discard pile. Delightful. So we'll take a stress card. That's our discard pile there. That will come back into play later on. Validate the keyword stone. Okay. We've got our keyword leaflet here. We need to validate the keyword stone. When you validate a word, you just tick it off. So that's stone. We'll cross that off there. We have currently validated high-pitched song, hybrid 1 and 5, open, rain, Rockport 3, stone, verified 1, and wood. I don't know what's going to happen when we get to the end of the scenario. We're going to do some stuff over this side, but we're not near that yet. So we've validated the keyword stone. Take objective card 3. Okay, this is objective card 3, and that says the escape. You have to escape from Zagamore Cave as quickly as possible before they are destroyed. 1 keyword. Okay, so we need a keyword. I don't know what that keyword is. For smugglers, we need 1 item and 1 keyword. Again, I don't know what that is. We shall see. So we're going to put that up there. We need to get escape. Well, I don't think I'm going to be escaping anytime soon. We've only just, well, not just started. Okay. Right. Lots going on, lots of tokens, lots of dice. Beginning of the round, but it's now the beginning of the round. We're going to draw 5 cards. We've got no stress on us. This is our hand, or this is our deck of cards here. Now, because I'm contractually obliged to, there's going to be a couple of cat weasel cut. And then we draw these one at a time. So first card is going to be an appearance card. Second card is going to be a constitution card. Third card is going to be an education card. Fourth card is going to be an education card. And the 5th card is going to be an appearance card. Okay. Not too bad. We didn't get our heroism card, which is a bit frustrating. And we're now going to be going back to room 6 on the book. Ugh. Room 6. Now, we did the last turn try and examine the area for illegal contraband. We didn't find anything. So we've still got a number of actions that we can do here. We can inspect the niche with a star statue carved in stone. We can search the cabinet on the west wall. We haven't validated the word metal, but we can search the shelves to the east wall. Well, I think what we're going to do, first things first, is we are going to use an action, and we'll use Ezra's action for this because they do get an action. Ezra is going to attempt to inspect the niche for an action. Read 109. 109. A niche carved into the rock houses a polished black statue. It represents a crouching entity, half beast, half fish. Its stocky and powerful body is covered with rough scales. Its disproportionate head, equipped with 3 eyes, displays a gaping mouth with sharp teeth. The limbs end in claws that grip the base, decorated with patterns. Examining more closely, you notice a thin slit, tracing a perfect rectangle around the base, suggesting that a part could be movable. More intriguing still, the eye sculpted on the front of the base has a hole resembling a twisted keyhole. Its unusual shape suggests it requires a very specific key. If you had validated niche, read 149. We have not validated niche. If you have clue card 02, which we don't. I don't believe. Let me just check. Oh, we do have clue card 02. Where is that? Ah, that's the strange key. Right, okay. We do have that. Read 129. You remember the strange metal key found in the pocket of the rain slicker. Its unusual design makes complete sense now. You insert it into the hole of the carved eye of the statue. It fits perfectly. As you gently turn it, a click sounds. The rectangular stone panel slides, revealing a hidden cavity. Inside, several wooden supports are arranged like a miniature display case, holding aloft a knife with a black and shiny obsidian blade, incredibly sharp. The handle of the knife is raw, patented wood that begs for your touch. As soon as your fingers touch the handle, your head swims and vision blurs. Fleeting images of raging scenes and abyssal creatures cross your mind for a moment before your senses return to you. Validate the keyword niche. Okay. We'll validate key. I love validating a keyword. Niche. Add item card 03 to your inventory. Item card over here for item cards. And there's number 3. Obsidian dagger. It uses strength. 4 actions on it. That's quite nice. Now, where do I put that? I think I'm going to put that straight into my hand, because it automatically does a damage. So we'll take the club out and we'll put the obsidian dagger in, and that's got four actions on it. You can use it 4 times effectively. Your investigation stops here. Well, that's good. We've got a dagger. We've got a dagger. That goes back there. If you've validated dark corners, read 209. We haven't validated dark corners. I think that means, hang on a sec. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. Okay, so we're back to room 6. Wow, that's pretty good. That was pretty good. So we've inspected the niche. We'll send Irene off for her action to inspect or search the cabinet on the west wall. And that's 132. Let's just put that in there so we know where we are. 132. The cabinet turns out to be a wardrobe filled mostly with empty hangers whose metallic shapes gleam out in the darkness when they catch the light of your lamp. Only one hanger is occupied, a solitary garment that you conclude is some sort of tunic or robe. The fabric is both thick and fluid, with an indefinable colour that oscillates between dark purple and petroleum grey, reminiscent of marine depths. Complex, almost hypnotic patterns are woven into the garment, and as you touch it, you are perplexed to find it slightly damp despite its dry appearance. Validate the keyword ritual 2 and your investigation stops here. Ritual 2. Now, I'm wondering, I mean, do we want to do everything in every room? That's the problem. Or do we want to carry on? Yeah, I think I'm gonna move down to room 5. I've got a couple of education cards, so I'm going to discard an education card for an action to move down to room 5, because I want to get basically what I want to do is get down to room 7. Well, how do I get down to room 7? Bear with me. Right, got it. So as an action, again, I'll chuck an appearance card for this, for an action to read this. If you've validated wood, which I have, read 114. 114 says reveal location card 7. Any characters wishing to descend the staircase spend an action and place their character card on location 7, which I will. I'll use Elizabeth for her action to do that. Says you move forward through the narrow passage as the stairway takes you on a dizzying descent. The smell of decomposition intensifies as you venture deeper. The seaweed covering the walls begins to glow with strange phosphorescence, revealing the contours of the staircase and hundreds of silhouettes dancing around you. Finally, you emerge in a vast cavern stretching into darkness in every direction. Where you enter, ancient paintings and strange writing decorates the walls, and an impressive stone archway marks the way deeper into the cave. Read 07. '07 says, the entrance to a massive cavern, its vast dimensions locked in the oppressive darkness. On large slabs of stone all around you are ancient paintings and crudely drawn symbols made by some mad hand long ago. The passageway to the south is framed by an impressive stone arch engraved with glyphs that seem to writhe ominously in the shadows. So the actions we've got here are to do an education test. We need 3 successes to attempt to decipher the meanings of the paintings. We can inspect the stone portal for an action. We can pass through the stone arch deeper into the cavern. Any characters who wish to pass through spend an action. If you've validated believer, which we haven't, and then we can climb back up the stairs to the cabin's cellar. Okay. Passing an education test. Only I haven't. If only I hadn't discarded the education. Never mind. So working it out, to try and attempt the test, we've got one automatic success, which we could play, which then allows us to have one person help us. Now, Irene has got an automatic success in the education. So that would give us 2 successes. I would then be rolling a red dice, which is dodgy. Well, it's not dodgy. You always roll a red dice. Let's do it. Let's play an education card. And because we've played one card, that allows me to use one person to help us. If I'd have played 2 cards, I could have 2 things. 3 cards, I could have 3. I've only played 1. So we will then use Irene, who's got an automatic success in education. So currently we've got 2 automatic successes and we're going to roll a dice. I knew that was going to happen. We get a tentacle, which is not good, which means we fail, unfortunately. And we put a tentacle onto number 2, which means we're then going to read 172. Oh dear. Oh dear. 172. A dull sound echoes in the distant depths, a resounding groan coming from the bowels of the earth. A strange and unpleasant sensation takes hold of you, as if an invisible hand were compressing your stomach. A lump of anxiety forms in your throat, making your breathing more difficult. A fleeting but intense impression overwhelms you that someone or something is approaching. You cast nervous glances around you, scanning the shadows. This sensation lasts only a few moments, but it leaves you deeply troubled. Add a stress card to your discard pile. That's going to come back and bite us, because these stress cards, once they come out, is not good. Ah, that's a failure. That's a failure. We haven't successfully deciphered those yet. I don't really want to pass through the stone arch deeper into the cavern yet, but I could inspect the stone portal for an action. So let's do that. Let's put that as an action, and we're going to read 134. Okay. Carved directly from the rough stone of the cave, the archway is covered with complex patterns that weave over each other in a visual cacophony. Deformed sea creatures intertwine with cryptic symbols. At the top of an arch, an inscription in unknown characters demands your attention as if speaking out loud. Bear with me while I absolutely murder this bit. Nafla Dagon Naglue Kanyanak Shuglagar Ulnath Nog Falafan Thwagdag Nagla. That was pretty good. Should be a voice actor. Although these words are incomprehensible to you, the mere sight of them chills your blood. You instinctively feel that it is both a dire warning for intruders and a promise for the initiated. If any character's validated vision nope, nobody has. Read 151, otherwise your investigation stops here. One card left, Constitution. There's no point in having to go another education test because I've used them all. I don't really want to go deeper into the cavern at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it the end of turn there and just discard that card. Okay, I think that's it. I was just checking the end of the rounds. So these are going to go back into here. We've got 2 stress cards in there now. Give these a good old shuffle. Need to make sure these are well shuffled. We'll do a cat weasel cut ready for the next turn. So those can go down. We move the event board across to round 7 and we're going to read 163 at the start of this round. 163. Don't know why I keep doing this with this book. I keep folding it over. Better to leave it out like this. 163. If any characters are present in the locations 12 through to 16, we're not. Read 244, otherwise continue reading. Suddenly, a terrifying sound vibrates through the air around you. It's a howl unlike anything known, a nightmarish blend of a bestial roar and a piercing scream. The sound begins as a deep rumble, almost imperceptible, making the ground tremble beneath your feet. Then it rises in intensity, transforming into a high-pitched howl that seems to tear the air itself. This howl continues with its inhuman quality, evoking creatures forgotten for millennia. There is a note of primordial fury in this cry, but also something even more disturbing, a kind of malevolent intelligence that pierces through even at this distance. Add a stress card to your discard pile. You can see where this is going. And it says validate the keyword depths. Depths. Back to 7. I've just done it again. And we draw our cards. Cut. We draw our cards, and this. Well, you might not find out. We might find the reason for doing them singly. So the first card is going to be an appearance. Second card is going to be an appearance. Third card is going to be a heroism. Lovely. Fourth card is going to be an injury. So that goes up there. Once we draw 2 of those, we have to then take the injury. Fourth card is going to be a constitution. You always draw 5 cards, and 5th card is going to be a constitution. Oh, no education. No education. So, sorry, Ezra gets his action back. Irene gets her action back, and she gets her education back. And Elizabeth gets her action back. Let's have a swig of coffee. Okay. I think we need to make a move. Had I have got some education cards there. I mean, I've got heroism, which adds 120 test, but I haven't got Had I've got a 1 education card, we could have had a crack at doing it. We need 3 successes. What have we got here? Well, we could... Yeah, we could do that. We could do that. So let's have a go at this. Let's have a go at deciphering the meaning of the paintings. So we've got heroism, which gives us an automatic success. And then I'm going to put 2 appearances into play, which gives us 2 white dice. So we're currently rolling a red and 2 white dice. Because I've used these 2, I can yet get 2 helps. So I'm going to get Irene to help us with an automatic success. And I'm going to get Elizabeth to help us with another white dice for education. So we've currently got 2 successes. And we're going to roll these. Let's see what we get. Wow. We get 2 successes, well, 1 success and an exploding success. I'm not going to roll the exploding success. So we get 4 successes, which means we pass. We have expended a fair amount, but we have deciphered. We have attempted to decipher. Oh God, I didn't read the failure bit there. I should have added a stress card to my discard pile. That's my fault. I failed. So let's put that in there. Success, read 164. The paintings reveal a hideous evolution. Primitive hunting scenes give way to coastal representations. Strange marine creatures with elongated bodies and large eyes emerging from the waves and being greeted by grovelling humans. Rituals show an unholy union between humanity and monster in graphic detail. As you trace the progression of history on the cave wall, dark rites and profane customs unite these hybrid people. At the centre of it all, a colossal form rising from a swirling maelstrom, the source and object of absolute veneration. All characters present add a stress card to their discard pile. Oh, God. Add a stress card to my discard pile. We'll do that. I can feel a bit of stress coming on soon. But we do validate the hybrid 2 keyword. Hybrid 2. Oh, my pencil's just fallen off. Your investigation stops here. Back to 7. Right, I think it's time to move on. I'm going to use an action. Pass through the stone arch deep into the cavern. Any characters wishing to present, any characters present who want to pass through the arch spend 1 action. So we'll use oh, they're both Constitution. We'll use the Constitution to do the action. If you've validated Believer, read 173. Nope. Otherwise, read 124. Reveal location cards 8 and 9. All characters who pass through the arch place place their character tokens on location 8. Place location cards 10 and 11 face down. Right, bear with me. I'm going to have to do some jiggery pokery and then I'll come back. Okay, so we've revealed, we've done what we need to do. I'm going to read it. So it says reveal location cards 8 and 9, which is what I've done. Hopefully, oh, can you see that on there? Oh, let's move that up a little bit. See if we can get it in the shot. Oh, so many cards. There we go. I've removed the top layer at the moment because there's too much going on. I've not got enough table space. So it says reveal cards 8 and 9, which is what I've done. All characters who pass through the archplace place their character location on 8, which is what I've done. There. Oh, God. These cards are a little bit annoying. Place location cards 10 and 11 face down, which is what I've done. With 8 pointing there, so that's the way they should be. Place location, yep, I've done that. As you pass through the archway, a strangeness seizes you. The ground undulates, your vision becomes blurry, your head spinning and you feel nauseous. You enter an elongated room divided into 2 parts, filled with the smell of decomposition. The first part houses 2 pillars supporting an enormous bronze gong, flanked by east and west corridors. A wooden barrel occupies one corner. The second, wider, reveals 2 corridors leading to descending stairs. A niche holds a colossal 2-metre statue, half human, half fish, whose lifeless gaze seems to be fixed on you. All characters who pass through the archway add a stress card to their discard pile. Oh dear. But they place a +1 token. Lovely. So we're going to get an advantage on our player board. So we need to remember that. In their status area, sorry, that's status area there. Place an encounter token on location card 8 unless you have validated verified 2, which I have not. Read 08. The centre of the cavern houses 2 pillars of enormous oh dear. The centre of the cavern houses 2 pillars of rough-hewn stone supporting an enormous gong made of dull, tarnished metal, which seems to absorb any light which touches it. A simple wooden barrel in one corner seems out of place compared to the horrid wonders that you have witnessed so far. Dark corridors to the east and west head deeper into the cavern, while a faint light glimmers from the south. The whole area is rich with a noxious melange of salt and rot. Mandatory. If there is an encounter token on location card 8, read 117. 117. Near the massive gongs stands a man in a purple robe, holding an enormous hammer made of bone and corroded metal. His appearance is disturbing. Pale greenish skin, abnormally large eyes with a yellowish gleam. His gaze pierces through you. Suddenly he strikes the gong. The deafening sound shakes the cavern, resonating down to your bones. The man then screams in an unknown guttural language, Olna Lilith Nugla Neshuga Shanag Vatan Ugnalath Kaya. His cry continues to reverberate through the cave. If any character has validated vision, then read 231. Nope. Otherwise, read encounter card 2 setup. Encounter card 2. Setup. Take enemy O2A. Read 257. Now, just pausing there for a second, I have made a schoolboy error, or school person error if you want, because I've entered into a room with only one card remaining. I think I said in episode 1, history here, it's not usually a very good idea to enter a room when you're about to get rid of your cards or have very little cards, because exactly what's happening is what's going to be a problem. Because this encounter, basically you have one round in which to resolve it, and then it's resolved. You don't keep going, you go until the end of your turn, and then stuff happens. So we could have a slight problem here, but anyway, it is what it is. Take enemy card O2. Right, bear with me. Okay, we've got enemy O2A. It's a hybrid priest. Combat, we can do up to 5. We need to do 5 damage to it, and if we choose that route, we're going to read 276. Or it's a stratagem where we need 4. What's that one? Can't remember the name of it. 4 appearance successes to do it. And then we've got to read 257. So 257 says, the song of the gong fades away, giving way to sudden chaos. The man who was holding it abandons his mallet and draws a knife with an ink-black blade. He rushes towards you, limping but fast, his face distorted with rage. As he puts his free hand on his throat, a guttural hiss escapes from it, a sound so inhuman that it freezes your body and stuns you. At the same time, a man in a purple robe, whom you hadn't noticed until now, slowly rises. He was kneeling in front of the statue in a prayer position. Turning towards you, his pale face first expresses surprise, then anger. In a powerful voice with a strong accent, he shouts in the direction of the stairs to the west, "Intruders in the temple, my brothers!" Then he rushes towards the same stairs and disappears into the darkness. In an instant, the threat has multiplied. One opponent now faces you ready to attack, while others seem to be going for reinforcements. Add a stress card to your discard pile. I can feel some stress coming on. Then continue reading encounter card 2. Start the encounter. We are in trouble. We are in trouble, ladies and gents. I have 1 card. I have 1 card, and that card does have a strength on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to play that card to give us a white dice. I'm going to use the obsidian dagger for 1 action. That's going to do 1 damage normally, and it's going to do 1 automatic damage, and then 1 damage for each success I get. Now, because I've played 1 card, Ezra is going to help me to give me an automatic success. So at the moment I've got 1 success. And that's pretty much all I can do. So we will continue. Wow. We got an exploding success and a success. I will use the exploding success to see if we can get another success. No, we didn't. So we got 3 successes. So that's 3 onto here. 1, 2, 3. And then what we're going to do, we're going to read 276 because that is the end. That's as far as I can get in this round. So we're now going to read 276. Under your repeated blows, the man in the purple robe staggers. Thick black blood flows from multiple wounds that should have been fatal. He retreats cautiously to the colossal black statue that dominates the back of the room. He slips near the half-beast, half-fish creature and partially disappears into the shadow cast by its crouching, threatening form. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I did get 3. I was just making sure I was just going through my head. 1 normal and then 1 for each success. Yeah, cool. Guttural words escape his lips in a whisper that seems to make the air around you vibrate. Yana, Dagon, Nala, Fatan, Ya, Ya. Before your horrified eyes, his wounds metamorphosize. The black blood solidifies in shiny crusts resembling scales, while the wound in his side closes, revealing an unhealthy greenish flesh. Suddenly the man emits a high-pitched wail which assaults your senses. The inhuman scream resonates in your head like a long, dismal wail drilling in your mind, bouncing against the walls of your skull in discordant echoes. The robed man straightens with supernatural vigour, his yellowish eyes glowing with a triumphant light. All characters present add a dazed token to their status area for each empty combat box. So that one. So that one. And that one. Oh, I've got to remember I've got focus and stuff here that I can use. I keep forgetting about that. Need to remember that. That's a resource that I need to use. Then I'm going to add that token. If you wish to continue fighting, take enemy O2B. I do wish to continue. So that's going to go. Oh, a bit fiddly. Bit fiddly. O2B. Still a hybrid priest, and we still need to do 5 damage to him. But it is the end of the turn. It is the end of the turn. So all of these are going to go back into my hand. These are going to get shuffled up. Now at the end of the round, oh, what are those tokens called? Sorry, these 2 on here, I can't remember what they're called. But what it does do, I have to discard 1 token for each of those in my area. So I'm going to get rid of 2 focus tokens for those. Those are going to go. So many tokens going on here. Okay, gonna have a shuffle up and then I'll come back for round 8. Right, okay, we're moving on to 8, turn 8. We're still in the encounter, but we now need to draw our hand up. I have given these a good shuffle off screen, but I will give them a good shuffle now, just to make sure there's no shenanigans. And we'll do a cat weasel cut. And we will draw them one at a time. We've still got the hybrid priest. So first is an injury. Second is a stress. You can see what's happening here. Third is a stress. So we're going to take a stress. When we get 2 of those, when it's drawn, place this card in your area. When there's 2, we take a stress. So we are down to 4 stress. These then go, thankfully, back into here. We get on appearance. We've got a constitution. We've got an appearance. We've got a stress. We have got a constitution. And we have got an appearance. Not great for combat. All of our characters have got their actions back. That is not good. That is not good. Trying to kill this hybrid priest is going to be tricky. So we're still in the encounter. All we can do, we can't do anything in the room. We've just got to try and focus on this hybrid priest. We're going to use an action to use... Oh! Why didn't I use the gun? Gun does 2 successes. Or 2 damage straight away. And then +1 for each success. We will play a constitution card for a white dice. And we will play a constitution card for a white dice. We've played 2 cards. So Ezra is going to give us 1 automatic success with strength. And Elizabeth is going to give us 1 automatic success with strength. So currently we're doing 4. We've got a +1 and a -1 here. So it's not going to make any difference. So those go. And don't forget, we've got focus and we've got magic to re-roll dice if we need it. So let's see what we get. That was a success. So 2 successes. So we get 4 successes in total. 2 for here, 2 for over here, so that's 4. So we're doing 2 damage straight away with the Smith & Wesson. And then 1 damage, so 6 damage to the hybrid priest. Does 5, he's got 5 on him. So that's enough, hopefully, to kill him. So we're then going to read 243. 243. The final blow strikes the man in purple robes in the throat. A horrible gurgling escapes his mouth as black blood gushes into a thick stream. His yellowish eyes widen in surprise as if he couldn't believe his defeat. He tries to formulate one last incantation, but only unintelligible words cross his bloodied lips. His webbed fingers drop the black knife that clinks against the stone. He collapses heavily, his purple robes spreading around him like a pool of blood. In his final spasm, his body contorts unnaturally, and you glimpse shiny scales under his pale skin before he becomes completely still. Bloody trails on the floor and walls tell the story of the violent confrontation. The evidence is clear to you. This is clearly not a smuggler's hideout. The mystic symbols, this hybrid creature, the unearthly atmosphere, everything points to something far more sinister. You realise with horror that you have probably discovered the lair of a fanatical cult, devoted to occult practices whose nature you dare not imagine. This revelation creates in you a conviction that you must absolutely gather as much evidence as possible of the obscure practices perpetrated in these caves. All characters in present add in their play area 1 injury card plus 1 injury card for every combat empty body. Well, we've got none because they're all empty. So we just do 1. We get to take an injury, which means we've now got 2 injury cards, which will hopefully might come back and bite us. All characters present recover 1 will. Excellent. So we're back up to 5. Take objective card 2. Objective card 2. You must provide proof of presence of cultists and fantastic elements from Sagamore Cave. 1 item card and 4 clue cards. How many clue cards have we got? We've got 1 clue card at the moment. Is that a clue card? I think that's... Oh, that is not a clue card. Good old Smith & Wesson came in there nicely. Read encounter card 2, end of fight. End of fight. If you want to inspect the body of the hybrid priest, spend 1 action and read 215. Read 215. I will spend an action and we'll get Irene to do that. 215. Oh, gosh. 215. You gag as you lean over the corpse. Its deep purple robe has been reduced to soiled tatters, revealing pale skin with a greenish sheen. Shiny scale dots its thick neck and the back of its ears. Its massive shoulders seem to merge with its abnormal neck. Your fingers brush against its lifeless hands, discovering webbed joints. A medallion, previously hidden, catches your eye. It hangs from an ancient chain eaten away by verdigris. A few steps away, an obsidian blade gleams with sinister intent, the only other object of interest in this macabre scene. Validate the keyword verified to. Got to pick my pencil up now. Oh my God. Right. Verified to. So we've done both verifieds now. And hybrid 3. So I've only got 1 more hybrid. Hybrid 4. That's it. That's it. If you've validated verified 2, which we have, remove it from location 8 and then return the encounter card to the box. He goes back. 2B. So many cards in this game. Counter card 2. Back in the box. Back in the box. That goes. Oh. So we're back to 8. Few cards left to play. Right, now we'll finish off this turn and then we'll call it. We'll call it there. This can then come down a little bit just so we've got a bit of space. So what have we got in here? We've done the encounter now, so it now opens up all the other actions in this area. So we could examine the gone for an action. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get Ezra involved for an action. Read 137. A titanic gong 2 meters in diameter sits between two stone pillars of dull grey stone. The surface of the odd tarnished metal reveals a maze of concentric patterns dominated by the etched silhouette of an abyssal marine creature, a disturbing reflection of the statue glimpsed earlier. Stylized waves and mysterious glyphs intertwine, encircled by fine chiselled scales, bearing symbols reminiscent of those of the temple walls. Beside it, a mallet with a dark wooden handle and an ancient bone head is engraved, with the signs evoking the ocean depths. If any character has validated vision, which we don't, we know we haven't done that. Read 157. If you take the mallet and strike the gong, spend an action and read 179. It's tempting. It's tempting. I want the mallet. Can I take the mallet? Oh, let's do it. Elizabeth's going to pick up the mallet and strike the gong. Read 157. Oh. The truth comes upon you like a hurricane, scattering your thoughts with the force of sudden revelation. This is not a simple gong, but the cylinder of Dagon, a sacred artifact used in the ancient god's summoning ritual. The engravings reveal Dagon's ascension and the ritual steps, and an inscription imposes itself on your mind, translating it despite yourself. Shag, Dagon, Vatan, Nagar, Illa Galath, Wagnath, Nagar Shag Nagalor, which means, listen, Dagon waits by the sacred sound, the steps open to his call. You realise the ritual has already begun. A second strike could disrupt the ceremony, but may almost risk, lots of reading, but may also risk invoking the wrath of Dagon himself. All characters present gain a stress card to their discard pile, but we add a +1 dice token. So stress to discard, but we do get plus. Boom. Validate the keyword ritual 10. Ritual 10. Well, we've only done 2 and 10. I'm thinking now though we are not getting there. If you take the mallet and strike the gong, spend an action and read 179. do I? I've already struck it once. None of my companions seem to want to hit it a second time. But Philip being Philip, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? It's all about the fun. Let's hit that gong. Let's hit that gong a second time. Read 179. You firmly grasp the heavy mallet placed next to the gong. After lifting it, you strike it forcefully against the metal surface. The blow resonates throughout the cave, but the sound produced surprises you. Instead of a deep, clear gong expected, a discordant and unpleasant noise fills the space. The sound is strident, as if several wrong notes were mixing together. You feel like you've triggered something abnormal, disturbing the calm that reigned until then in the cave. All characters present add a stress to their discard pile and add 2 -1 tokens. Oh dear. Shouldn't have done it. Why did I do it? Why did I strike the gong? Advance the time token on the event board 1 space to the right. If there are any events, resolve it. Do so immediately. Now this is a bit weird. This is written a bit weirdly. Why have they put to the right? Because it says advance the time token on the event board 1 space to the right. Well, if I was going 1 space to the right, I'd be going backwards, which is not advancing it. I think the whole point of this is you advance it by 1. So I'm going to just advance it as it says. Not particularly well written, that bit, in my humble opinion. If there are any events, resolve them by doing so immediately. We don't, because we are we're not hitting a red event. Your investigation stops here, so we're back to 8. Well, two cards left. Two cards left. Search the wooden barrel. Or take the corridor heading east or west. If I search the wooden barrel, it says if you've validated barrel, read 1112. I've not validated that. Otherwise, read 147, which is going to be a medium test of strength. Let's have a go at searching the wooden barrel. So I'm going to read 147. As you approach the wooden barrel, a nauseating odour assaults you, a mixture of decomposing flesh and other sickening scents. Overcoming your disgust, you examine the contents. You discover seaweed of an unusual appearance, arranged in carefully organised strands. Their colour is a deep green, almost black, with shifting iridescent reflections. The viscous surface is covered with tiny vesicles that seem ready to burst. The seaweed appears strangely alive to you. If you examine the seaweed more carefully, test strength 3. For each magic you spend, reduce the success required by 1. So let's work this out. Let's work this through together. I could play these 2 cards. I'm not doing it yet. I'm just going to work it through, which means I would be rolling a red dice and I would be rolling 2 white dice currently. I get +1 red or white dice, but then I get -2, which takes us back to that. Now, because I've spent 2 cards, I get 1 automatic success here. And 1 white dice there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to commit to it. I'm going to spend 2 magic, 1 for Elizabeth, 1 for Ezra, to reduce it by 2. So I need 1 success. I'm going to commit these 2 cards to it, which, as I've said, gives me these 2, +1, -2. Yeah? I don't know why I'm saying yeah. We'll spend an action here to give us an automatic success. And we'll spend an action here to give me 1 dice. These are then gone because we've done it. So we've currently got 1 automatic success. We'll roll these dice. That cancels out that, but we do get that success. So we've got 2 successes in total. 1 automatic success over here and 1 for us rolling it. So we did pass, which means we're going to read 171. In a reckless impulse, you taste a small piece of the seaweed. The taste is intense, a mixture of concentrated sea salt and an acrid, almost metallic flavour. The texture is slimy and fibrous. Shortly after, you feel a change. Your pupils dilate, your vision sharpens, the contours of the cavern become clearer, as if a veil were lifting. Suddenly, visions assail you, underwater cities, strange creatures, and a massive presence lurking in the depths. Add a stress to your discard pile. Validate the keyword barrel. Oh my God, how many times am I going to drop my pencil? Barrel has been validated. Add item card 4, Algae of Perception. Wow. That gives us lots of stuff. 2 magic, become dazed. Well, okay, we'll take it. Your investigation stops here, back to 8. And that, my friends, at 1 hour and 14 minutes, I think I'm going to call it there. We're about to go on to round 10 of 13. So, yeah, we might have to start thinking about getting the hell out of Dodge in the next round, because we've only got we'll see. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. So we're going to call it there. I'm going to tidy things up and we'll come round for episode 4 in a bit. I hope you're enjoying it. Yeah, it's good. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, a little bit fiddly with the book when you're playing on your own, but nothing too onerous. We're managing to get through, I think, the investigation. We haven't found any contraband yet, and we haven't arrested anybody. We haven't got 4 clue cards, and we haven't got 1 keyword. So I don't know what's going on with those at the minute, but we'll see. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you're enjoying the series. The YouTube stuff, if you are enjoying the series and the stuff I do on the channel, I'd really like it if you could subscribe. I'm heading now towards 500 subscribers, which is awesome, which in turn means my watch time is also going up. So with those 2 things combined, maybe in the near future we get to unlock membership of the channel. Having to think about that at the moment. But yeah, anyway, that's enough for me whittering on. I'll see you on episode 4. Ta-da for now.